Hey guys, so this video today is I guess a little bit of a rant because I experienced something a couple of days ago that I've been meaning to vlog about, but I just have been busy, so I haven't gotten the chance to do it. But now I have the chance. Okay, so um the other day I was coming from the doctor's because I had to get a flu shot and just get a little checkup after coming from college because I was sick, so I wanted to go to my regular doctor so that I would feel better, which I am, so that's good. But anyway, so I live in a big city and I was waiting for the train to go to the mall because I had to get Christmas gifts for my family. So I was waiting for the train and this guy just comes up and taps me. Now, I'm used to stuff like this happening, kind of, because it does happen. Like, people coming up to you and asking for, of course, money. But this time, it's like different because I've seen this guy before. I think I've seen him like maybe a week before this happened, like when I first got back home. And so anyway, he taps me on my shoulder, and first of all, I thought it was someone that I knew from high school because the train stop that I was at is the train stop I normally get off at from my high school. So I was about to be like, hey, how's it going? But it was not anyone that I knew. So I just looked up and I was like, okay. And he was like, can I talk to you for a second? And I'm like, okay, first of all, don't try to hit on me because I don't deal with that. And second of all, don't ask me for money is what I was thinking. And then he's just like, I'm like, so what do you want? Because I hate like kind of thuggish looking guys and like, oh, it just drives me crazy because I see that all the time where I'm from. And so I was like, what do you want? And he's like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, yes, what do you need? And he's like, do you have money to spare to get something to eat? I don't have anything. And the thing that pushes me over the edge is that he reached in his pockets, like how you have your pockets in your jeans, and he pulls out his pockets like to show that they're empty. And I'm just like, okay, we are at the train stop that I was at is in an affluent neighborhood. So I'm thinking, how did you get here? Because I don't want to be biased, but if you don't have money, then you don't live there. It's just point blank. Like if you know the city, you knew that he would not have lived there. So I'm just like, how did you get here? It's like 12 o'clock. You had to have money to get here, so the train isn't cheap. So I'm just like, you're lying to me. Like you didn't empty out your coat pockets. You could have money in there. I don't know. I've had bad experiences with giving people money, so I don't do it anymore. Flashback to when that happened. I gave this old lady money. Like she looked like a crackhead. I'm sorry, but she was like on drugs. She looked like she was on drugs, and she was older. And I felt bad for her, and I was like, okay, here's some change, whatever. And then 5 seconds later, she goes and asks somebody else for money, saying the same story that she told me. And I'm like, that's a crock of bull. Like, she's not even serious about the money. She just needs money to probably get drugs or something, and she wasn't even starving. So after that, I just don't like giving people money, especially if they're going to use it for something that's counterproductive, which is like drugs or something. So yeah, that's why I don't like giving people money. But especially this guy because I'm like the same age as you. He's probably a little bit older than me, or we're the same age. And I'm like, I've worked before. Last summer, I worked. I made my own money, and I love making my own money. I hate asking my parents for money, and well, I have to now because I don't have a job. But I've worked. I've been there, and I'm like, if I can get a job and I'm 18, then you can get a job. Like, I don't understand, You, like, I had no work experience at all. Well, I have internship experience, but it was different because I worked at Baby Gap, so I had no sales associate experience, is what they call it. And I just feel like if I could do it, then he could do it. So I was just like, oh my God, like, leave me alone. And then I was like, anyway, I had already used all my change for my fare card. So there was like no point in me giving him any money. But then I was just like, oh, he's not gonna like leave me alone or anything. And then he asked me, and then I found it out, and I was like, here, just take it and leave me alone. Like, like I didn't say leave me alone because I didn't want to be like rude, but I was just like, leave me alone. And the thing is, like, he didn't ask, not to, like, I don't know. I guess there was like a lot of white people around, and he didn't ask any of them for money. He asked the one black person, me, for money, and I'm the youngest one. And I'm just like, I don't have money for you. I have money for myself. Like, these are hard times, you know? And first of all, begging is a sin anyway. Like, it is. And I don't know, that just like pissed me off so much that, he's not even an older man like that has an ailment. He's physically able to get a job. I didn't see any ailment on him. He didn't look like he had a mental problem or anything. And I'm just like, ugh. And then the whole time he's like, God bless you, God bless you. And I'm like, you know what? God bless you. Because it's a sin to beg, and you're begging me of all people. And I just felt so upset. But I just had to rant about it because, like, I don't know. I'm still kind of upset about it, and I had to just get it out to you guys. And just, like, tell me if you've had an experience like that, like being in a city, like if you visited a city or if you live in a city. Has this happened to you with people begging and stuff? And it's just like, once you give them the money, it's like a total like 360. Like, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have gave it to them because now look at what they're doing. It's something totally like what I didn't think they would do. So yeah, tell me how you guys feel about that, because I just never again. That's all I have to say. Anyway, bye guys.